Frustration is mounting and anger is growing with the liberals and passive politicians. Learn the playbook of those who are trying to destroy our country from the blue-collar professor. He teaches, he leads, he speaks out for truth and justice. Now, the educator of all things conservative, your host, Dr. Gavin Mitt.
The leader in talk radio on the internet, right here on K98Talk.com.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1246. 800-826-1246. That's 800-826-1246. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-696-1030. Again, 800-696-1030. That's 800-696-1030. 800-696-1030.
For writers and public personalities, it's becoming increasingly important to have an online presence. This normally takes the form of a website and social media. However, things like a cluttered site or broken links can scare potential readers away. It's time to get a health check. Until the 30th of June, Black Wolf Editorial Services is offering a special website health check package. Get a new bio for your site. Have the site navigation and general layout assessed. Get a review of your Twitter activities. Get an objective opinion about your public Facebook page. Find out what works well and what could potentially scare your readers away. And all this for $35. At the end of the day, the face we put online will be the one that most people will see. Let us help you put your best foot forward. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For full details and a list of other services, visit us at blackwolfeditorial.com.
The wrong way. Welcome to the place. Welcome to the
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
The Internet will never be the same. You're listening to K98Talk.com.
Wow. Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely. Let's get started.
Joel.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to it, the Thursday edition of the program. As I continue to fight my way out of bed and jump behind this microphone, I want to thank you again for sticking with us through the first part of this week as I have tried to overcome this illness that has just grabbed a hold of me, something fierce. So came back yesterday. Quite frankly, I don't know if yesterday was a good show, a bad show. I don't even know if we did the whole hour. I am so hopped up on medication that I don't even remember it. And so I'm trying to dial it back. I'm trying to get back into normal strides. Matt and I did the Conservative Cartel last night. Made our way through it, and here we are. So thank you for sticking with us. I apologize if we didn't get an episode out there early this week, but we are back in normal rotation. I want to start with this. This is not a new article, but this is new information to me. This is not something I had ever seen before. This is something I knew nothing about. And it all goes back to this Iran deal. And I challenge anyone out there who can find one positive thing about this Iran deal. Just one. Find me one good thing for America or its people, and I'll shut up. The problem is no one can. And no one can for a number of reasons. One, Iran is the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism, and we are not supposed to negotiate with terrorists. That's not what the United States does. But that's what this president does. And I've been very critical of this deal from the onset. It is a bad thing, and if we have learned anything from history, anything at all, you don't deal with radical governments when it comes to nuclear weapons. The answer is no, unequivocally, sorry. It's a lesson we should have learned from North Korea, but Bill Clinton took this same approach with North Korea and wanted to play patty cake. What do we have now? We have them launching missiles into the sea, trying to prove to us that they can launch a nuclear weapon and hit the United States. And quite frankly, I don't know if they can or can't. I don't know if these failed attempts are posturing. I don't know if they're accurate. I don't know. All I know is that every now and then, the ground shakes over there from a man-made earthquake, and it's them blowing up a nuclear weapon underground. They have it. Now, how they get it here, if they want to get it here, I don't know. I don't know all the details there, but I know had Bill Clinton put his foot down, it wouldn't be an issue. So here comes Barack Obama. He's smarter than everybody else on the face of the planet. He knows better than anybody else that's gone before him. The way we have traditionally done things, they're outdated. They're in the past. They're archaic. We're fools for not being progressive and forward thinking and trying new ways and if it's not broke, don't fix it. It's the same approach Jimmy Carter took with these guys. He wanted to play patty cake. When Reagan was elected into office, what happened? Bam, those cellar doors opened, and here came the Americans. They knew Reagan wasn't going to play games with him. They knew Reagan wasn't soft. But you bet your backside Barack Obama is. He's a coward. Pardon me. He's everything bad. And I was so critical of the president for sidestepping Congress. I was so critical of the president for thinking he could do what he wanted to. Well, it turns out the blame is not completely on the president. It's on the establishment. I found this article. It was ran September 18th, 2015, so well over 6 months ago. Written by Andrew McCarthy, and it's the first time I've seen it. And it's titled, Why GOP Congressional Leaders Support the Iran Deal. In fact, follow the money. Well, that's always a good answer, to follow the money. And so what does he do? He follows the money. And he finds out that early in 2015, Republican-led leadership colluded with the White House and congressional Democrats to enact the law. It's called the Coker-Cardin Iran Nuclear Agreement Review Act that guaranteed Obama would be authorized to lift sanctions against Iran, the main objective of the terrorist regime in Tehran. The rigged law authorized Obama to lift sanctions as long as Republicans could not pass a resolution of disapproval. Included in this little cohort is Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, House Speaker John Boehner, Senate Foreign Relations Committee Chair Bob Corker. The GOP stepped aside. They created this little act undercover and slid it through so that it was impossible for them to defeat the president in this endeavor. But they could come back and tell their constituents, well, I voted against it. Once they passed this resolution, anything they did after it was moot. But they came back to their home states and said, oh, I voted against it. It was a bad thing. It's more of that bait and switch crap that Washington feeds us. If you've read Ted Cruz's book, he opens the book by talking about situations just like this. Oh, you don't really believe that, Ted. That's what you tell people back home to get elected. He claimed that was the rhetoric in the Senate, that was the disposition of these lifelong senators. And I'll admit, when I read it, I thought, surely not. But now I feel dumb and naive after I see this, that these clowns are out there doing this, sneaking resolutions through, getting them signed into law so there's absolutely nothing. They tied their own hands on this deal. They made sure there was no way that this president could be stopped once the ball got rolling. They handed over their constitutional powers. They handed over their right to approve treaties and gave it to this president. Of all presidents, this is the one they gave it to. It's disgusting. Now the question is, why? Why would they do something like this? Why would they sign a bill that gives the president complete and total authority to deal with the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism when it comes to nuclear weapons? What could possibly motivate them to do that? Well, as the title of the article says, follow the money. It turns out that the Iranian commercial airline fleet of about 100 planes is in disarray. It's in bad shape. But because of the embargoes that have been set forth on Iran, they haven't been able to buy new planes. They haven't been able to replace their dilapidated fleet. But now that the sanctions are lifted, they can buy new planes. And so here comes Boeing, straight out of Seattle, Washington. We build planes. We do. We build planes. We build some pretty good ones. We'd like to build your planes. And so by lifting these sanctions, Boeing's able to get in there and do some work and get these contracts for hundreds of millions of dollars, probably billions of dollars from Iran, and build their planes. It gets better. During the sanctions, Boeing has been accused of selling different manuals, maintenance manuals, assembly manuals, how-to manuals for different planes. Now, why does that matter? Well, it turns out that Iran is the sponsor of Hamas. Well, who is Hamas? Hamas is the terror group that's fighting Israel. Hamas is the backbone to everything that is anti-Israel. Hamas is the organization that is after the elimination of Israel. And Iran is footing the bill for that. And so if Boeing comes over and says, hey, here's some how-to documents on how this thing works, just keep us in mind when these sanctions are lifted. They take that manual, they give it to Hamas. Hamas runs out and blows up a couple planes. All hypothetical. I'm just saying. There seems to be no consequence for actions when it comes to these people. So now we know Boeing's interest. They want to sell Iran some planes, but still, how did we get to the GOP leadership saying, yeah, we'll roll over, we'll lie down? For the 2014 campaign cycle, according to OpenSecrets.org, Boeing gave about 60% of its whopping $3.25 million in donations to the GOP. Major recipients included such establishment pillars as the Republican National Committee, the Republican Congressional Committee, which received $38,000 each, the National Republican Senatorial Committee, $33,000 each. Significant contributions were also made to McConnell, $13,000, Boehner, $25,000, and Lindsey Graham, $39,000, and many others. And that's apart from the nearly $17 billion the company spent in 2014 on lobbyists, 80% of whom have transitioned to the other end of the trough after careers in government. So there's your connection, ladies and gentlemen. There's how you get from point A to point B. And the president wants to remind you that this is all about making sure that Iran doesn't get a nuclear weapon. Why anyone that has any knowledge of this deal says no. In fact, it gives them a path right to a nuclear weapon. That's not true. And nobody can figure out what the motivation was. All we know is that everything that comes out of the White House is a lie about this deal. And the only consequences we see of this deal are bad. And nobody can figure out, why would you do this? What is the point behind all of this? Now I'm beginning to put it together. It's all about padding your pockets. It's all about making a little cash. It's all about making sure you get to show up next week for work. And how do you do that? You make the big companies happy. Forget the American people. We don't care about them. We care about being back next week to punch in, play poker on Thursday night, smoke cigars on Tuesday night, and do what we do. And it's absolutely disgusting that they would compromise. Now, keep in mind, one of the big things that happened after this is Iran sees this. Iran sees the weakness. And so they feel that there won't be any consequences for kidnapping 10 of our sailors, and they were right. 10 of our sailors put their lives in jeopardy because of what's going on in Capitol Hill. And if you can't connect those dots, then I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it for you. But they saw the weakness. They knew there was no retaliation. And they continue to move forward. That's just how it works. You can find that piece in the National Review. It's titled, Why GOP Congressional Leaders Support the Iran Deal. In fact, Follow the Money. It's by Andrew McCarthy, September 18th, 2015. It's worth reading. I'm telling you, we didn't get to all of it. It's worth reading, and it is disgusting. It's just disgusting to see this president and this Congress work. And they wonder, why does everybody like Donald Trump? Why are the people head over heels about, we can't figure it out? Well, really? You can't figure it out? Take a good, long, hard look in the mirror.
The Gavin Mitchell Show. It's summertime again, ladies. Time to break out those sandals and give your toenails a little TLC. The nail technicians at Friendly Nails in Cleburne, Texas are ready to provide you with professional and friendly service. From manicures to pedicures and a variety of specialized services such as acrylic nails, facials, and waxing. Custom designs and a variety of stones to accent your nails are also available. The technicians at Friendly Nails are all licensed and trained in the latest technology and have experience applying every kind of polish on the market. So stop by and be treated like royalty. Relax in their massage chairs and unwind. Full body massage therapy is also available by appointment only. For all you guys wanting to give your special lady a little treat, $50 gift certificates are available now for $40, and anyone who mentions hearing about Friendly Nails on the Gavin Mitchell Show or KLIF will get $10 off any $50 purchase. Friendly Nails is open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sundays from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Located at 180 North Ridgeway Drive in Cleburne, Texas. Call them at 817-641-3400. Walk-ins are welcome.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-525-8479 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-525-8479 to take your call now. Call 1-800-525-8479. That's 1-800-525-8479. Again, 1-800-525-8479.
Do you need residential or commercial roof repairs, maintenance, or replacement in the Dallas-Fort Worth area? J-Bow Roofing has over 35 years of experience in the industry, and they have the know-how to keep you dry and comfortable. J-Bow Roofing also offers a roofing system that is warranted against hail of any size, and this is a no-excuse warranty. J-Bow Roofing doesn't want their customers to cringe every time it hails. They want customers to have complete confidence that their roofing system is going to stand up to the task. Basically, J-Bow Roofing wants to stop the insanity, lifetime roofing period. Re-roof once and be done. A J-Bow roof product is aesthetically pleasing and tougher than anything you can find. A J-Bow roof is so nice your neighbors will want it. J-Bow lifetime roofing systems are strong as steel, tougher than hail, and guaranteed. So it'll be the last roof you put on your house. Looking for a price? Get a no-cost, no-obligation quote today at jabeau.com. That's jabeau.com. J-Bow Roofing. Your long-term satisfaction is their immediate goal.
Twisted Roads Trading Post in Crowley, Texas is your premier biker apparel, leather, and accessories store. Stop in and visit with Brothers Ron and Carl Phillips. Twisted Roads Trading Post carries leather jackets, chaps, vests, accessories, gifts, and more. Open 6 days a week, Tuesday through Thursday, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., Fridays and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and on Sundays, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Got a motorcycle or truck to sell? Their park and sell lot is now available and anxious to show off your ride. Visit us for sewing, embroidery, and t-shirt printing services. Airbrush services by our friends at Kingdom Custom Creations are also available throughout the week. Call today or visit twistedroadstradingpost.com or find and like them on Facebook. Located west of Crowley on FM 1187, then south on FM 1902. Go 1.3 miles and look for the flags. 817-768-8761. That's 817-768-8761. Twisted Roads Trading Post. If the flags are flying, we're open.
Let's get back to the program. If you're sick of the garbage that comes out of Washington, D.C., then it's time to arm yourself with knowledge from the Blue Collar Professor. Here's your host, Dr. Gavin Mitchell.
If you are looking to connect with the show, you can do so a number of ways. We're on the web, www.thegavinmitchellshow.com. You can email me anytime, Gavin@thegavinmitchellshow.com. And I actually got a couple emails yesterday welcoming me back from my little sick hiatus, and so thank you for that. It means the world to me. Definitely made my day, those emails, so thank you for that. Also on Twitter, @TheGM Show. You can follow us there. You can send us a tweet or whatever you would like to do with that, but that is where you can find us. Now, Bernie Sanders is currently, as we are taping this show, meeting with the President of the United States. And then at some point today, he's going to meet or has met with Harry Reid. And all the speculation is that, hey, it's going to be a polite shove out the door. It's going to be a very friendly, hey, you got to go. It's Barack Obama sitting him down and saying, look, Bernie, you gave it a run. Nobody expected you to do this. You told people not to underestimate you. We did, and you surprised us all. It was a great run, but this thing's over. We need you to cash in your chips now, sir. We have a real opponent. We have an opponent that is coming out Monday or thereabouts that is going to list all of the faults of Hillary Clinton. And he's got the money to buy that kind of airtime because it's going to take some serious airtime. It might be like a 6-hour special. And so we need you to hang it up because we need to turn our attention and our money to Donald Trump, or everything I've done in this Oval Office that has been in violation of the Constitution and for socialism, and I know you care about socialism a great deal, is going to be for naught. I need you to understand this, Bernie. This is bigger than you. This is about ruining America. And Bernie's going to say, well, the only way I'm going to do it is if that lady goes. Well, what lady are you talking about? That Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the DNC chair. She's got to go. She's been for Hillary the whole time. Okay, fine. She's gone. What else you want? That's it. You can have my money. You can have my supporters. Great. That's how they want this thing to go. And the fact of the matter is nobody really knows what it is Bernie wants. I have the theory that Bernie seems to think he's got enough juice going into the convention. He's got enough representation and support that he thinks he can get some of these rules changed where these superdelegates have to go the way of the base, have to go the way of the people that they represent went. And if that happens, I haven't done the math. I don't know if people have done the math. But this race is a lot closer than the numbers say right now if Bernie Sanders gets his way. The won delegates, the regular delegates, the pledged delegates, neither Hillary Clinton nor Bernie Sanders has reached the threshold there. So it does come down to these super delegates who can do whatever they want. And that might be Bernie Sanders' argument. Hey, I've spent all my time working on these regular delegates. Now I've got like a month to go to work on these super delegates. And until it's the convention, no dice. I'm out of there. I think I can still win. And you would be best suited to just hold your horses because we think we could do this. That might be Bernie Sanders' argument. And I'm telling you right now, as somebody who sits on the right, beat yourselves up. I hope Bernie stays in there until they slap the gavel and says Hillary Clinton is our nominee at the convention. Because the more time she has to spend, the more time she has to spend focused on Bernie, the more time Donald Trump gets free shots. The more time Donald Trump can go on unabated. Now, she can act like Bernie Sanders isn't there, but if she's not careful, this thing could slip away if he can get that rule change. I don't know. But there's another piece out there, this Debbie Wasserman Schultz. There's a lot of rumblings that people aren't happy with her, but she is confident that she's good with her job until, January 21st, 2017, when her term is up. And that's because she says the president has endorsed her publicly. And the president supports her, and she's sure she's not worried about her job. Well, that's mistake number one, trusting this president in anything he says. If he thinks he can get something for her head, you bet he's going to trade it. That's the kind of guy he is. He doesn't care about loyalty. He doesn't care about honesty. Remember, we've had these conversations about this president. If it doesn't fall in line with his agenda, he'll go after you, and he doesn't care. But the bigger step here is, let me run a hypothetical past you. This could be a precursor to Obama coming out and endorsing Hillary Clinton. That's what all the talk. People say it could be as soon as today that he officially does that. And reports are that he's eager to get out on the campaign trail. He's eager to take on Donald Trump because unlike Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama excels on the campaign trail. He is really good. He's a smooth talker. He's all of that, right? And he wants a piece of Donald Trump. With no skin in the game, he wants to see if he could get Donald Trump. Pardon me. My caution to Barry here, be careful, because if he jumps too quickly to endorse Hillary Clinton and somehow, some way, an indictment comes down on these emails, man, that looks really bad for you, Bubba. But I don't think he cares. He's got one foot out the door. I really think this is an ego thing. I think he wants all this wrapped up, and he wants to step in the ring with Donald Trump for a couple rounds to see how he would do. I think that's it. I really do. I don't think he cares one way or the other what happens to this country after he leaves. I don't think he cares what happens to this country while he's here. I think he thinks it would be nice to have his policies continue and continue destroying this country because it may move him towards his ultimate goal. But this guy's checking out. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't live here in the United States when he's done. I don't think he's a patriot. I don't think he's an American. I think this whole campaigning for Hillary Clinton and that whole nonsense is him just wanting to measure up against Donald Trump to see how good he is, to see if he has an effect, to prove to the people that he's still for them and his voice still carries some weight. I think it's garbage. I think if he gets out there, I think Donald Trump will tee him up and knock him out of the park because Donald Trump doesn't care. He doesn't play by the same rules. He'll call you whatever he thinks you are. And you can come back and say, well, that's childish. That's not adult-like. Let's be responsible. Let's be respectful. None of that flies. Donald Trump will just sit there and shoot you the middle finger the whole time. And that's what America loves about him, is that he will fight back. He's all for the people. And he won't put up with that nonsense. But all of that said, Bernie Sanders meeting with Harry Reid, why? Who cares? And Barack Obama today, and all speculation is that they are going to try to tie this thing up into a nice bow and put it to rest, that they're going to find out what it is Bernie Sanders is after, give it to him, and get him to concede the race so that they can turn their attention to Donald Trump. If you don't think the Democrats are afraid, ladies and gentlemen, you are sorely mistaken. They are circling the wagons as they speak because they see it coming. And if the GOP was smart, they would do the same thing because make no mistake about it, Donald Trump is not a conservative and he's not a Republican. He just happens to be on the Republican ticket. My hope is he gets in there and exposes all of them for who and what they really are. That's my hope out of this deal. If I can't have my guy Ted Cruz, let's send this guy in there and let's show the world what transparency really is. Let's expose these people for who they are and what they've been doing. And let's have this reset that people talk about. Let's just clean house. And while we're at it, how about some term limits? I know that's a crazy idea, but let's just throw that in there. Hey, coming up next, I want to talk about a few graduations, high school graduations and scholarship awards, and why these people are throwing it in the face of American citizens. Next.
The Gavin Mitchell Show. Are you getting squeezed by the economic downturn? Hey, you were doing fine. Then, all of a sudden, you're having a tough time paying your family's credit card bills. Maybe you were downsized or even lost a job, but you still owe 10 grand or more in credit card bills. And you just can't afford the minimum payments anymore. We're here to help. We are the Genesis Debt Partners. We know the secrets to negotiate better terms with your creditors. Make a free 10-minute call right now and learn how we can help you get out of debt. 800-807-9767. If you owe 10 grand or more in credit card debt and you want to learn how you can pay less and get out of debt faster, call right now. 800-807-9767. 800-807-9767. Get out of debt now. 800-807-9767.
Hey everybody, your pal Gavin Mitchell here from my friends at Texas Elite Landscape. We all have that embarrassing spot in our yard we just can't seem to get grass to grow. Or perhaps you're tired of pumping hundreds and thousands of dollars into your yard just to get it to turn green when the weather warms up. Or maybe the constant maintenance is just too much to bear. Well, my friends at Texas Elite Landscaping are the most respected synthetic grass installation specialists in North Texas. Locally owned and operated, they have installed over 1 million square feet of the highest quality grass made right here in the USA. And I know what you're thinking. Is it pet and child friendly? You bet it is. So whether you want your yard looking picture perfect year round, no matter what the season is, or perhaps you'd like a putting green in the backyard to keep your husband home on Saturdays, give my friends at Texas Elite Landscaping a call today. 214-298-7726. That's 214-298-7726. Or find them at TexasEliteLandscaping.com.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-824-3301. 800-824-3301. That's 800-824-3301. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
Boy, man, I had a rough night's sleep. Boy, I got a letter from the IRS yesterday, and I just couldn't sleep. Man, I'm dying here. Somebody help me.
IRS problems affect more than just your finances. If you're ready to take back control of your life and you owe more than $10,000, you need to call the tax doctor. Their expert staff can immediately protect you from the IRS and state collectors and get you the best possible tax settlement guaranteed. The IRS has recently released new programs geared in helping struggling taxpayers, where you may qualify to settle your tax debt and wipe out up to 85% or more of what you currently owe. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call the tax doctor right now. See if you qualify to pay less. 800-631-9123. 800-631-9123. 800-631-9123. Again, 800-631-9123.
Hey, liberals, try rooting for your own country for a change. Our blue-collar educator of all things common sense does. Now, back to the Gavin Mitchell Show.
McKinney, Texas is a suburb just north of Dallas. And it's a pretty well-off suburb. It truly is. Well, the valedictorian at one of the high schools there in McKinney, boy, decided to take her speech, because you know how it works. The valedictorian gets to give a speech. Sometimes it's the student government president or whatever. But in this case, it was the valedictorian. Got to make a speech. And she decided to bring some politics into it. She revealed that she is undocumented. She blames the U.S. and blasts Donald Trump in the graduation speech. She went on to say, I am one of the 11 million undocumented immigrants living in the shadows of the United States. After all these years, I have finally mustered up the courage to stand before you and share a struggle I've had to deal with each and every day. And she goes on to talk about her struggle, that her younger sister, and her mother fled an abusive alcoholic father/husband in Mexico City, and they lived in a one-bedroom apartment in McKinney, Texas. Came across illegally and has lived there. They've tried to file paperwork to do it legally. They can't figure it out. It's taking too much time, in their opinion. And she gripes about how she's had to give up her childhood to raise her little sister, and how she's often shunned upon the community and looked down as ignorant. And she reaches out to people to say, embrace your humanity, open your hearts, understand we are people too. I want to respond to this, and I want to respond to this very carefully. Because if you're going to stand up in front of people and behave like an adult and speak on adult topics, you're going to be treated like an adult. And I am going to speak to you like an adult. The fact that you had to flee an abusive and alcoholic father is not unique to Mexico, ma'am. That happens here in the United States each and every day. There are women that get beat physically, that get abused verbally. Children the same way. Right here in these United States of America. That's not unique to Mexico. And we have empathy for that situation. We encourage people to get help, but nowhere in there is it encouraged that you break the law. There are situations that happen each and every day where kids have to go to work to help keep the lights on in their house, to make sure that lunch money is distributed accordingly so they can go, because the single parent or the parents are doing all they can. Why? Because they can't find jobs because the illegal immigrants have taken them all. That is not unique to Mexico, kids having to go to work. It happens here every day. And so asking us to open our hearts and trying to tug on these emotional strings, when the fact of the matter is, you just stole education. I look at my mortgage payment and my tax bill that comes every day, and half of my taxes go to schools. Do you know I have no kids? I have no kids. And so I have no use personally for the education system here in the school district I live in. But I understand education's important. And so I don't say a word about funding the education system. That's how it works. You got to pay for the schools. But I'm not a big fan of people stealing education. I'm not a big fan of people stealing jobs. So I understand that your situation is hard. Guess what? Mine was too growing up. It wasn't easy. Everybody has their own set of problems. And everybody's problems are bigger to them than they are to somebody else. That's the way it works. But do not stand on a stage and step into an adult arena and ask me to have pity for your hard life. Mine wasn't much better. You probably, like me, had a great mother who did all she could to help and support and broke her back to do everything she could. Doesn't mean it was easy. But if I recall properly, my mom didn't break any laws. Yours did. Yours crossed the border. And I understand the motivation. The motivation isn't bad. But you know what? If I go out and steal $1 million so my kids can have a good life, the motivation's good, but it's still illegal. I don't want to hear that nonsense. Now, it gets worse. More than the plead for empathy, there is a young lady who got a full ride to the University of Texas who sent out a tweet. And her tweet says, valedictorian, 4.5 GPA, full tuition paid for at UTA, 13 cords and medals, which means honors, nice legs, oh, and I'm undocumented. And part of the little icon she has next to him is a Mexican flag. Throwing it in our face that we are paying for these illegal immigrants to go to college. Why? Why are we doing this? This is Barack Obama at its finest. This is Barack Obama. While we have Americans who are drowning in debt, who are drowning in student loan debt, who can't seem to come up for air, who seem to think the only answer is socialism, in that world, it's okay to pay for people who are here illegally to completely give them a full ride. Are you kidding me? And I find it interesting that the disposition is that these people are entitled somehow. That because somehow they made it over here, they have a right to be here. That's not true. We are a sovereign country. We have rules and regulations to enter. And we've talked about all the problems illegal immigration brings, but this is one of them. I want you to imagine a second. Close your eyes. And I want you to see a young person who is from a single-parent family, who has a couple younger siblings. And this person wants to play ball. This person wants to play ball badly. He's a great athlete, but he has to go to work. Because if he doesn't, they can't turn the heater on in the wintertime. And not everybody will get to eat. And it breaks his heart because he looks in the other room and he sees his mother, who's doing all she can, working 2 jobs. Often skipping meals to make sure her kids have something to eat. But this person locks down and studies hard. Oftentimes goes to bed without sleeping or goes to school without sleeping because he's got to work. And by the time he gets off work and then comes home and does his homework, it's time to get up again. And he graduates, or she graduates, whoever the student is, whoever you're picturing. Valedictorian. Now, I want you to imagine that person, but all of a sudden they're white. That's a white kid you're imagining. But they don't get to go to school. Why? Because these illegal immigrants have stolen their tuitions, their scholarships, their awards, their honors. But they want us to be empathetic. There are great institutions in Mexico. There are great institutions in Mexico. There are plenty of places to flee an abusive husband and father in Mexico. I'm sick of the excuses. The law is the law is the law. Now, coming up on the other side, I want to jump into the Hillary Clinton aide that isn't so sure he's not going to plead the fifth, even though he has the immunity deal. Next.
The Gavin Mitchell Show. You hear the headlines. You know health insurance is a real mess right now. Premiums have skyrocketed, and in most cases, you're stuck with your plan until open enrollment. But there's a government rule that allows you to qualify for lower health insurance rates if your life has changed. That means if you've changed jobs, if you're having a child, if you're getting married, if you're getting divorced, even if you run a small business or you're self-employed, this law may qualify you to get lower health insurance rates. Call the Health Insurance Hotline today. Learn how this 10-minute call can help you get lower health insurance rates. This is a free service to help consumers learn the laws to help them qualify for lower health insurance rates. So call right now to learn more. 800-926-4501, 800-926-4501, 800-926-4501, 800-926-4501.
Hey folks, Gavin Mitchell here. If you're in the market for a new car or truck, Jerry Chevrolet in Weatherford has been family owned and operated for nearly 50 years, and my family has done business with Jerry for 25 of those. Jerry's proudly built a reputation of working hard to provide their customers with great service and exceptional value. Jerry Chevrolet has hundreds of new trucks in stock, and they are always marked with the absolute lowest price. Come test drive the Chevy Silverado or the Colorado today and get yourself a $25 prepaid Visa gift card for doing it. When you go online at jerrychevytexas.com, Jerry will offer you a $25 prepaid Visa gift card just for stopping in. No purchase necessary. It's as easy as that. If you have a trade-in, Jerry Chevrolet is always looking for quality used cars, and you can go to jerrychevytexas.com today and find out what your vehicle is worth. Find new roads at Jerry Chevrolet in Weatherford and at jerrychevytexas.com. Come out our way and trade your way. Tell them Gavin sent you.
Attention business owners. We know that owning a business means getting things done right now. So if your right now list includes a new building, call the Right Now Company. General Steel. We can design a building for your business quickly and save you thousands of dollars. That's right, thousands. You may think General Steel only builds large projects or that you can't afford General Steel quality. Well, check these prices. How about a 40 by 60 foot building for under $22,000? Or even a 50 by 100 for under $35,000? That's right, a 5,000 square foot building for under $35,000. And these buildings all have General Steel quality. Best of all, you can still order a building and have it delivered in time to build this year. How's that for right now? So if your right now list includes a new building, call the Right Now Company, General Steel.
800-398-8309. 800-398-8309. 800-398-8309. That's 800-398-8309.
Hey everybody, Gavin Mitchell from The Gavin Mitchell Show here. Of course you can find our show every week on our flagship station, News and Information, 570 AM KLIF, but sometimes once a week just isn't enough. I would encourage you to go out to our website, www.thegavinmitchellshow.com, and there you'll find a plethora of information about the show, including archived episodes of our daily podcast. You'll find a blog written by me and other conservative writers, and entertaining videos that are available with the Gavin Mitchell Experience. I would encourage you to follow us on Twitter at The GM Show. We are on Facebook, facebook.com/The Gavin Mitchell Show. And of course, we are on our flagship station for the internet, conservativeradionetwork.com, with the most talented conservative podcasters in the country. So be sure to tune in Saturdays at 8 p.m. right here on News and Information 570 AM KLIF, or through the week at conservativeradionetwork.com or www.thegavinmitchellshow.com.
If you happen to drive by the studios during a commercial break and you see a guy on the roof waving an American flag, that's our blue-collar doctor of common sense. And now here he is, your host, Dr. Gavin Mitchell.
So Hillary Clinton's aide, this Brian Pagliano, was given immunity. If they would tell him, if he would tell the FBI everything they need to know about this situation. Now, if you're not familiar with Brian Pagliano, one, you don't listen to the show enough because we know who this guy is, but he is the guy who set up Hillary Clinton's private email server. He was not an employee of the State Department. He was an employee of the Clinton Foundation, and he was brought on to set this up. Now, he has asked a federal court to withhold details about his immunity deal with the FBI so that others didn't know. And he's pleading the fifth until these immunity details are suppressed. Now, he wants the judge, the U.S. District Judge, Emmett Sullivan, wants to know why. Why do you want the details of your immunity deal sealed? Why do you want them private? You need to make a case, otherwise we're going to let it out. And so they're going to file that motion and they'll move forward. Here's the thing. A lot of people seem to think that this is because Pagliano thinks he's going to end up at the bottom of a river somewhere, because apparently that's the idea that if you cross the Clintons, this is what happens. But he's between a rock and a hard spot here, because in order to get immunity, he's got to testify. If he testifies, he buries the Clintons. If he doesn't testify, he doesn't get immunity, and he goes down with the ship. And this guy's right in the middle of this thing. He probably knows what Guccifer has told the FBI. He knows what they have. He knows the conversations they've had. He knows that the end game is not good for whoever's on board. And so here we are. And so this whole idea that he wants the terms and conditions sealed probably means he's concerned about his safety. You tell me. Why else would you want him sealed? He's not getting paid off. There's no two ways about it. So I find that incredibly interesting that Pagliano wants his whole testimony, well, not testimony, but the deals of his situation in the, easy for me to say, He wants the terms of his immunity deal sealed, is what I'm trying to say. Now, I want to close with this. Another China plane has intercepted a reconnaissance plane, a U.S. reconnaissance plane there off the coast of China. And once again, they flew dangerously close, dangerously piloting this plane, and would have caused a mid-air crash had the reconnaissance plane of the U.S. not deviated from its path. Secretary Kerry is in China right now. Is this a message? Is this a message just like Iran sent when they launched those intercontinental ballistic missiles out in the ocean with something similar to Death to Iran tattooed on the side of it? I don't know. You tell me. But how long are we going to go on with a weak president and a weak administration and a weak government because of? Those boys and girls in the military are itching to go to work. They just need to be given the nod. They're ready to go to work. They just need to be told to go. And so what do you do? Folks, I'm going to close out the show with this. If you are looking to find us, you can find the show on the conservativeradionetwork.com, 5 p.m. Central each and every weekday. You can find us on K98 Talk. Special thanks to Rick up there. Special thanks to John at the 405 Media. We are on Sackheads Radio Media, High Plains Radio Media. I know we are associated with Rocco in some way. I need to get with Ron, and I actually need to talk with him about what our role is over there so I can thank him, so I can help out any way I can. But that's a new relationship, and so thanks to him. You can also find us on iTunes, Spreaker, TuneIn, and Google Play. We were part of the initial podcast offering for Google Play. And then each and every Saturday night, we are on News and Information 570 KLIF here in Dallas. It is our live offering. We do it once a week, Saturday nights, 8 p.m. Central. We give you an opportunity to be a part of the program. That's why we do this, is so you can call in and you can express your opinion live on the air, and we can talk about it. Now, if you're outside the Dallas-Fort Worth area, fear not. There are 3 ways to get a hold, actually 4 ways to get a hold of that show. One is KLIF.com. They stream the station over the website there, so you can go there. You can go to iHeartMedia and find KLIF 570 and stream it there. You can also go to conservativeradionetwork.com. That is our internet flagship station, and Ron has been nice enough to stream it through there. And the 405 Media. John has done a great thing by picking up the show Saturday nights, 8 p.m. Central Time, and you can stream it through there. So if you're outside the Dallas-Fort Worth area, there are 4 options to do this. Also want to tell you about the Conservative Cartel. That is a joint show that Matt and I are doing, and I know there's a lot of housekeeping here. Just stick with me if you don't mind. Once a week, Matt and I get together, off the cuff, no script. We say, hey, what do you want to talk about? This, that, the other. Great. We flip the switch and we go. We've done our homework throughout the week. We're up on things. We bounce ideas off each other. And it is 2 hours of just back and forth discussion. Do you really believe that? What do you think about that? And it's turned into some great radio. So I encourage you, get out there and listen to that. You can find it on the conservativeradionetwork.com. You can find it on the Conservative Radio Network Spreaker channel. That is where the show is housed. And then Wednesday night, Thursday morning at 12 a.m. Eastern, and Saturday night, 10 to 12 Eastern, you can find us on Conservative Radio Network. That's when it plays. So great thing to be a part of that. Now, the Conservative Radio Network, that is our flagship internet station, but they have teamed up with Red Nation Rising. And Red Nation Rising was created after Obama won re-election. It was created as a hashtag Red Nation Rising. And since then, it has grown to where each of the 50 states has a Red Nation Rising account. The hashtag Red Nation Rising gets over 1 billion impressions a month. I saw a Red Nation Rising Israel account last night on the Twitter. It is a big deal. It is a grassroots conservative movement. I saw here in Texas, Governor Greg Abbott follows the Red Nation Rising hashtag, or the Red Nation Rising Texas account. And so it's a big deal. Make no mistake about it. And Ron Phillips has gone out and created such a great thing with Conservative Radio Network that they have decided to partner up And Conservative Radio Network is now the radio station for Red Nation Rising. So anytime you see hashtag Red Nation Rising, you know that Conservative Radio Network is the radio station for them. Very impressive. Folks, that's going to do it for today. Thank you for sticking with me through this illness. Thank you for sticking with me as I'm all over the place. We're going to fight through it. Tomorrow's going to be even better today. Today was better than yesterday, and that's just how we do things. So for Ron Phillips, I am Gavin Mitchell. This has been a Pinnacle Broadcast Holdings production. Thank you all, guys. We will see you tomorrow.